Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I am super excited to have you here. Today I am going to be doing my March favorites, and I'm a little bit late with this video, but I've had so much going on. And what's worse is I'm going to have, well, it's not bad that I'm going to have help, but the reason I'm going to have help is kind of bad. I slammed my hand, and so I have a hurt finger. It's my thumb. So my son is going to be helping me today. He is going to bring down all of my super heavy plants for me, and he is going to hold them up as my helper. He's my editor and my helper, so he's going to be helping me today. So you'll be seeing my baby today. So I'm going to start off right away. I have, I believe, 5 plants that have been making my heart beat. And well, 2 of them are not necessarily the plants, but the way they're growing. And so they're grouped into one. I'm going to start off with a beautiful plant that was gifted to me. And I'm going to show you so that I can talk about it while baby boy is holding it, because it is a tremendous beauty. So this is the plant that I have as my first plant that I wanted to share with you. It's so big, it's hiding baby boy behind it, and it is very, very heavy. So I'm not gonna have him hold this for too long, but this is it's not a Maui Tahiti, I have another plant with the same name. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I won't even hold you up with that, but I'll put it on the screen. But this plant is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna tell you how I came by this beautiful mature plant. Dave over on Instagram, I met him when I went to Shakespeare's Garden, and he asked me if I was a plant person. I'm like, yeah, I'm a plant person. And he has an awesome orchid collection. And what he did was on Facebook, he asked me, he said that this plant was free to a good home. And of course I said, I have a good home. And so my husband and I went and picked up this plant. Dave was so very, very, very nice. Hold it just like this, babe. Can you hold it like that? Dave was so very nice. He has 3 of these, and he shared one of them. He had, there was one that he had in his office that was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna have you put this one down. You can go put this back in the dining room. So that plant came to me. I met Dave one time at Shakespeare's Garden, and that was it. And he said it was free to a good home. We went to pick it up, and he was so very nice. His home was beautiful. He has a home for plants, just nothing else. His home was for plants. So I'm going to show you a picture of how big it was when I got it. And then I had to cut it down because it really could not. I wanted to form it in a way that it would fit my space, my home, my everything. And so what I did was I cut some of the branches off, and he showed me what happens when you chop the top off. He had a piece near his fireplace, and it was so beautiful. It grows beautifully in water. I'm going to show you the pieces that I chopped off, and I have just one more, but that one's downstairs in my closet. I call it Littlefoot because it's just 2 leaves, but it is huge. And so this is the rest of the plant right here. So this is the rest of Tahiti. Guys, I feel so happy that he shared this plant with me because this is so beautiful. I mean, my husband was in love with it when he saw it. I have it growing in water in a vase, and this plant has not skipped a single beat. The one that I have downstairs that I call Littlefoot, it is already pushing out a new leaf. I love this plant. I absolutely love it, and I'm so happy that it is living here in my house, and I look forward to seeing it grow and grow and grow. Look how beautiful she is. Have you ever seen this plant? This was my very first time ever seeing this plant. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm trying to get that full leaf in there, but I can't seem to do that. Look at that. And then she has speckled stems. I don't know if it's coming through on the screen, but I will take a picture very happily to show you the speckled stems. Yes, that is the Tahiti that I have, and she's beautiful. I love this plant so much, and I still can't believe I have her. It's such a beautiful, mature plant. It's absolutely huge, and I've been loving it. And she is a very welcome part of our community here. So let me go on to the next plant that I wanted to share with you. This is my peace lily that I put in water. It is just in a jar of water, and you can see she has a few of the yellow leaves on her. But what I haven't changed the water on her yet, and I didn't want to change the water until I showed her to you. This has been about a month that she has been in this thing right here, and so it has been a nice little experiment just to see what would happen if I put the peace lily in water. And I think this is very, very successful, considering the fact that, let me put it down just a little bit, the 2 blooms that are on here, they were not, the spats, they were not open. They were tiny when I got this plant, but now they are completely emerged and they are fully open. So this plant is happy. I do put a little food in the water that it's in, and I am going to change the water out. So I just wanted you to see exactly how the transition has come since I put this in to water. I mentioned it in a video before that I've been able to get this into water. And so I'm really happy about it. I didn't cut any of her roots. I just cleaned them really, really well. And when I take her water out of here, I'm going to make sure I cut off anything that looks like it's a bad root or anything like that. So this is the next one that I wanted to share with you. It's going to be classified with the peace lily because this is one of my Stingray Aloca. And I've mentioned this plant so many times on my channel because I love this plant. This is one of my very first Alocasia plants that I bought. Actually, I bought this one in my Lotta Baciana on the very same day from the grocery store. And this plant has been huge. It has been small. It has been one leaf. It's been dormant. It's been everything. It has never been so carefree since I put it in water. It is not in any type of a substrate. It is just in water, and I absolutely love it because this is Alocasia in general. I have a ton of Alocasia. Alocasia in general, they tend to attract spider mites. This plant is times 100 when it comes to attracting spider mites. This is, for some reason, a beacon. The plant itself is a beacon. But then, since I put it into its water reservoir, I realized that plants tend to put out a beacon for pests when they're stressed. This plant loves this water, and I know I was not watering this plant enough. So now that I've put it into this vase of water, it seems as if it is not calling spider mites. It's not calling anything because it's not stressed out. Isn't that amazing? You learn so much about plants. And it was Yvette Boone who said that you learn your plants when you know their roots. And I'm telling you, these roots were crying for more water, and I wasn't getting the message. So now that she is in water, she has no problems. And she's been in water for almost a month now. Almost a full month. My really big one, I have not put in water yet. I want to put that one in water so badly, but so far I haven't done it. Eventually I will, but I'm so afraid to lose my super huge leaves on that plant that I haven't done it. But this one has not skipped a single beat. It has grown 3 new leaves since it's been in this water. And as you can see, the newest leaves are quite sizable. So it's not going down in size, so it's not unhappy or anything like that. This is the latest leaf on this plant, so it hasn't gone down in size at all. This one right here is about the same size, but the one right before this was a little bit smaller. So this is definitely a happy plant, and it is no longer a pest beacon, and so I can always get with that. Next, I have a beautiful begonia to share with you. This plant is very special to me as well because this plant right here is actually a plant that my mother-in-law gave me when I got into houseplants. She gave me this one, and she gave me a cutting of my Dieffenbachia that I have downstairs in my closet. And this plant has gone through so much. These plants, begonia, are so difficult to care for inside the home, especially if you're not experienced with begonia. I cannot treat this like a pothos. I was treating this like a pothos because it was growing so quickly, and I found out very quickly I cannot do that. I believe this is either a snow cap or a frosted something begonia. I can't remember, and it looks like a few different begonias that I found online. But if you have an idea of what type of begonia this is, I would really appreciate it. I'll show you the back of the leaf so that you can see the full scope of what this plant is doing. And she is doing so well. I have quite a number of these plants because when she started to decline, I just chopped her up into so many pieces and I put her into different substrates and conditions to make sure I didn't lose her, and they all survived. So I have quite a number of them. But this is my main plant that I have, and she is doing so beautifully. She sits next to a humidifier and she loves it. In the beginning, I was keeping this in my bathroom, and it just had two really long stems, and it was growing across like almost like it was just following the light, but it wasn't developing like big leaves that were going down the stem. And so I chopped it up because I really wanted it to do better. And I am so happy that I did, because I've been rewarded with these beautiful leaves. I love begonia plants, and I have quite a number of plants that I'm looking for in this family in particular. This is the cane begonia, and I also have a number of Rex begonia that I'm looking for, but this one right here is definitely a beauty, and I am so happy to have her. Gorgeous. Okay, last on my list of favorites is this beautiful philodendron Ploumanii. And if you remember a little while ago, I shared with you that I found the Ploumanii in the grocery store. And this is two different plants. They're two separate plants. I'm looking at it. It looks like one, but it's not. There's one plant here and another plant right next to it. Here's the other one. But these two plants came from the grocery store. One of them was on clearance and one of them was just the regular price, which was absolutely amazingly cheap. And I am so happy that I obsessed about finding these in the stores, because I love this plant. This looks like something fake. It looks like something that is not, it's just not real. I can't believe I own this thing. I love it. I stare at it all day. I have to try not to touch it because when the leaves are emerging, they're super soft and they stay soft for quite some time. And I realized it was because this one was just getting so big that it was soft for a really long time. And I want to show you the new growth on it. Look at that. That is the new leaf coming in. Oh, I am so excited about it. I love the ruffly flat stems that this has. Do you see that? I love this plant. It is a very thirsty plant for me. Even though it sits near a humidifier, it is very thirsty, but it does sit in a southwest window, and so maybe that's why it is so thirsty. But it's not sad, so I'm not going to change it. I do still have another one of these, because when I found the clearance plants, I did find a couple of them, but the others were not as healthy as these right here, but they will be. They'll be fine. But yes, gorgeous. I love it. So those are all of my standout, beautiful, dreamy plants that I wanted to share with you for this month, well, for the month of March. And I just wanted to show you something that I found in Lowe's, and they also have them in Home Depot. So this is more of an alert kind of a section. And this baby here, look at this gorgeous whale fin. I have wanted a whale fin for quite some time, but I have decided that if a plant doesn't make me feel super, super happy when I see it, that I don't really need it. I have so many plants and I love my collection. And I want to talk to you about that too, because I do see myself going in a different direction with my plants. So I'm going to share that in a video with you. But when I've been seeing these, I saw them in Home Depot and they were beautiful. Don't get me wrong, they were beautiful. But yesterday when I went into the Lowe's, my favorite Lowe's, I went in there and I was about to leave because the plants in the plant department were not necessarily anything that I was looking for. And then I went near the register where they have that circle display that has all kinds of different things. And usually they're newer plants. And that's where I found this. And I saw it across the hall when I was walking toward it. And I was looking like, what is that? And this is huge. I mean, you can see it next to me. This is a huge whale fin. And the woman at the register, she's normally there. We normally chat. And she says, those are new. And I looked and I said, whoa. And they are $19.98. So I was able to get this one right here. There were two of them. The other one, I feel as if they were on equal standing. I would have purchased the other one because it had a little bit more of a point at the top that just looked cute to me. It's not to say that this one isn't cute. This one is extremely cute, but this one had a different advantage. Look at that. I couldn't leave this. I could not leave this one. As much as I thought the other one was so incredibly cute, there was no way I was going to leave this with this baby on the back of it. And so I purchased this one, and I know I have to be careful not to overwater this baby. I'm really excited about her. I'm so happy I found it. So there you have it. Those are my top favorites for the month of March. Do I love all of my plants? Yes, I do. I love all of my plants, but there are some plants that just catch my eye a little bit more than others throughout the months. And I love to share these with you because my plants make me so happy. So and please don't forget to tell me down below, as usual, if you have a favorite plant that is making your heart beat a little bit faster when you go past it, because I always really, really enjoy the choices that you guys have for the month. I know that Hoyas tend to be something that gets listed a lot because the Hoyas are where a lot of people find their favorites. And I totally understand that because I have really, really been loving a lot of my Hoya, especially my new ones that I acquired recently, the cuttings. They have really been making my heart beat. And I am going to share with you exactly how those are doing. I'm going to be potting them up in their permanent homes for right now. And I'm going to show you how I do that. Thanks again for joining me, guys. I look forward to talking to you in the next video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.